Love makes me treat you the way that I do. Gee, baby, ain't I good to you? There's nothing too good for a girl that's so true. Gee, baby, ain't I good to you? Bought you a fur coat for Christmas, a diamond ring, a Cadillac car, and everything. Love makes me treat you the way that I do. Gee, baby, ain't I good to you? Greetings, peeps, and welcome to Music Elements Online. I'm your host, Dr. Hendrickson. I'll be your host for the next 16 to 18 weeks. You can call me Dr. H. Everybody does. Just to get some interesting things out of the way first, introductions, right? I go by Dr. H or Dr. Hendrickson, not Mr., not by my first name. It's Doctor. So Dr. H or Dr. Hendrickson, either one of those will work just fine. So let's talk a little bit about what this course is. First of all, essentially this is an elementary music theory course. So we're going to be studying the mechanics of music, how music is put together. So the various components of music, such as pitch and rhythm and note names and note values and modes, something called modes, major and minor. We're going to be studying key signatures and we're going to be studying scales. To help us apply this knowledge that we're going to be learning, we are going to be engaging in a composition project. Yes, you are going to get to compose a song all yourself, and you can use the tools that we learn in our course. So let's also talk a little bit about what the required materials are. If you have not already done so, you need to purchase the online textbook access code, and you need to do that quickly because some assignments are coming due very quickly. Understand that you cannot successfully complete this course without access to the online text. You gotta have it. You can't finish the course without it. So get that as quickly as possible if you have not already done so, because all of the assignments, the readings, the quizzes, the worksheets, the exams, those are all found on our online text. The only exception to that are the discussion topics that we have on e-learning and, of course, our composition project. So just understand, everything else is on e-learning. So you're going to need that text. Okay, so with respect to our online text, if you are a dual enrolled student and you are using financial aid monies or you are waiting on your institution to pay for your text, I need to know that right away if you have not already let me know. Now, many of you have been very good about communicating with me about what's going on with your text, so I'm hopeful that most, if not all of you, have already gotten the text, so you should be good. But if you have not and you have not let me know yet about the dual enrollment process where your school or your institution is paying for your online text, you need to let me know as soon as possible, and you need to make sure that the bookstore is aware of this. So please get on that as quickly as possible. You should all have your online text or notify me by the 24th. So just understand, failure to do so may result in you being dropped from the course. Okay, there were some issues with the online textbook link, but those have been corrected, so everyone should be able to access the link now. Everyone should be able to complete all the assignments. All of that has been taken care of. You shouldn't have had to have done anything So if the new link that was provided for you, which again, none of that was really, you didn't need to be aware of any of that. It should have all been done seamlessly. You should still be able to access it. If any of you are having difficulties, however, please be sure to let me know. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about attendance and grading. Our course is 100% online. That means that we don't have any virtual or in-person, right, meeting times. Everything is online, and we are asynchronous, which means we work at our own pace, okay? There's, like I say, asynchronous means there's no virtual meeting time that's regularly scheduled, like we meet every week at blah, blah, blah. No, that doesn't happen. You are provided a detailed course calendar, and make use of that, because that tells you when things begin, when sections, assignments begin, and when they are due. But you work in your own pace, and you watch and read your text. You watch whatever videos are associated with the sections and the topics that we're looking at your own pace. You do not have to all meet together at one time in order to do that. So your grade, ladies and gentlemen, is solely dependent on and directly proportional to the time, effort, participation that you put into it. So you are responsible for putting in the time, reading the materials, and completing assignments according to the detailed course calendar. So please make use of your time wisely. How is attendance recorded on an online class? Well, that's a real great question, isn't it? So obviously, I'm not looking over your shoulder. I have no idea, what you're doing on your own time. But every time you log on to complete an assignment, review materials, participate in an online discussion, have communication with me, you are counted as being present in class. Okay, so if this were a face-to-face course, we would only be meeting once a week. So every week I check to see when you've logged on. And if you've logged on at least once that week, you've attended. Hopefully you're getting assignments done when you can and getting them done on time. But your attendance is recorded simply by logging in. Okay, that's all you have to do. Or shoot me an email, or participate in a discussion topic, or submit an assignment, and you're done. You're ready to go. Each time you log on, I receive notifications, by the way. So, but I have no way of knowing when and where or who. It, might not even be you. But and I don't want to be present looking over your shoulder. So, just log on each week, take a look at the materials, submit assignments, communicate with me. You're going to make an A. It's all going to be good. But obviously, this all means that your attendance is dependent upon your consistency of logging on and completing assignments. So you can't get away from it. You got to do it. How is your grade determined? Well, your grade is automatically calculated by the work that you complete on your online text. This grade is then figured into the other aspects of the course, such as the discussion topics and e-learning, D2L, and our composition project. Okay, so it's all figured in together. But the most accurate description of your grade is on your online text. So your grade is not automatically recorded on our eLearning D2L site, unfortunately. We're still working on the integration of this. So I try to grade on a regular basis, but assignments are not always consistently completed by students. So I have to be, you're not always completing things, each one of you at the same time. So I have to be fair, allow the full time frame for all the time that's allotted to an assignment to be completed before I can submit all of the grades. So just understand, I typically wait until the assignment completion deadlines occur before I record the grades. If at any time you have a question about your grade or concerned about your grade, simply email me and I will be happy to provide you with a cumulative grade up to the date of your communication with me. If it becomes necessary, we can also have a face-to-face conversation. So essentially, our textbook is divided our course is divided into two things, right? There's two sides to the story. There's the online textbook side, and there's the e-learning side. So on the online textbook side, you have all of the readings, the assignments, worksheets, quizzes, right, and exams. And on the e-learning side, you have the detailed course calendar, you have the modules that show you each of the sections, descriptions of each of the sections, you have the other aspects of our course with respect to e-learning, course materials such as the online syllabus. I think I already mentioned it, but the detailed course calendar is there, a very important factor. And of course you have other modules that are helpful to you, such as the useful tools module. So one more thing about the e-learning site that may be of benefit to you is the course pack. I will have a PDF course pack available to you. And all the course pack is just it's the same material that's on your online text. It's just presented to you in a different way. And sometimes it helps to have the same information presented just in a different way. Okay. Our text is divided into 8 sections. Each section has a start date and an end date. That's what's on the detailed course calendar. And there's generally 1 to 2 weeks available to you to complete the assignments. So you can take a look at that right here. As you can see, each of these sections has a time frame associated with it, a start date and an end date. Each section component contains a quiz or quizzes directly related to the material. These are in addition to the midterm and the final exam. So my advice to you is to please budget your time wisely. I do not give makeup exams or quizzes. You will have continuous access to the material, but not the quizzes or the exams. Once they are done, they are done. They are dated materials specifically to coincide with our detailed course calendar. Okay, let's take a look at our online text just to see, and e-learning, just to see how they're laid out and how things work. Okay, so let's take a look at what we have on our e-learning D2L site. When you first log on to e-learning, you will come to a page that looks very similar to this. Mine might look a little different than yours, but only because I'm faculty and I might have some different classes that are displayed. These are all the classes that I teach, so these show up on my e-learning. Your e-learning may have all of the classes that you are enrolled in, or well, it should have all the classes you are enrolled in. You may not have as many as I do, but regardless, this is where you will find them. You will want to select Music Elements 810, so Music 100 WN 810. And you'll be brought to a page that looks like this. This is the home page for our D2L e-learning site. And you can see the Welcome to Music Elements. This is the news window where all of the news announcements will be displayed. And then also you will notice on the lower right-hand corner of that home page, there is a calendar, but please be advised this calendar is not comprehensive. The comprehensive calendar is our detailed course calendar, and we can find that on the Content tab. So if we go to the Content tab, You can see here all of the modules related to our course. They are exactly what you have on your online text, as well as a few other things such as the syllabus and again, the detailed course calendar. Let's just click on the detailed course calendar. You can see here it is. You have assignment starts and assignment ends, and then of course you have the section, class, and title number. So just, familiarize yourself with this, but also use it because it does tell you when things are going to come due. And for example, our first section 1, the keyboard, will be due on the 24th, which is coming up. So I encourage you to avail yourself to this resource and get things done in a timely manner, just because that's the way this course is designed. That's the way the calendar is laid out. And then we have our online textbook link. So let's click on that and let's explore a little bit of our online text. When you click on that link, you'll be brought to a new window, and this window will have everything that we have on our online text. So in my browser, I have 2 windows open. You are welcome to do this because that way it enables me to flip back and forth. So let's go back to that detailed course calendar, and you can see here, section 1, the keyboard, there are 3 classes. You click over here, yes, you have section 1, and yes, you have 3 classes. So let's delve into this a little bit further. You do have an introduction. You do have a thing called Getting Started that you are welcome to take a look at. It's not necessarily necessary, but if you feel like it, go for it. Any tools that you can use are great things, and I encourage you to use them. But let's just take a look at this first idea about pitch. If we click on that, I wanted you to be aware that there are some things that are available to you, some tools. In fact, let's go back a page so that we can take a look at something that's going to be very helpful. It's talking about the keyboard. Why do you need to learn the keyboard? Well, we're going to be using the keyboard as a point of reference. And you have a virtual keyboard that you can pull up anytime. So if you click on that, you can see here you've got some got a tool here that you can use. And I kind of like to just relaxing, just to sort of go up and down the keyboard. You give it a try. But I wanted you to notice that when you hover over a key, look at the window and the blue lettering there. That tells you exactly what notes you are hovering over, what notes you are playing. So I encourage you, avail yourself to this tool as well. Now, the navigation around your text is easy. These orange arrows let you go pretty much wherever you want, forward, backwards, up, and down. But let's take a look at this first lesson, which is regarding pitch. It says here that pitch is one of the 4 basic parameters of music, the other 3 being duration, volume, and timbre. Now notice you have links here. You can click on these links and it gives you, descriptions, dictionary definitions. So please, again, avail yourself to these tools. They are really useful. Volume, you click on that. Again, it gives you these definitions. I encourage you folks to avail yourself to these tools. If you click the play button here,
volume,
it tells you how to pronounce it. Like you really need that. But hey, maybe you do. Okay, and then it says we use the concept of pitch to describe our perception of how high or how low a sound is. As you already know, a pitch can be the same as, higher than, or lower than another pitch. Melody and harmony are based on pitch differences. A fundamental skill in music study is, therefore, the ability to differentiate quickly and accurately between higher and lower pitches. So, you see these speakers here. Well, these are how you can tell some things about pitch. Pitch 1 is higher than pitch 2. So this is going to play 2 pitches for us. One of them, the first one, will be higher than the second one. Now, if you cannot discern the difference between those 2 pitches, please don't worry. Don't panic. Some people are not able to discern the difference between highs and low pitches, but I encourage you to give it a try. Pitch 1 and pitch 2 are the same. And pitch 1 is lower than pitch 2. So these are things that help us identify pitches based upon their range. In other words, whether they're high or they're low. You can read about pitch and frequency and how it is displayed, how it is presented. And you have another idea here with this virtual keyboard. Again, you can pull this up wherever you see the icon and use it to your discretion as much as you like. Pitch identification, you can see all these wonderful tools available to you and charts. Let's continue on. So when you get to this point, letter names and key groups, notice that on this tool, if you play the pitch, it also displays what the pitch is. And don't worry when you press a black key and you see that there are 2 letters associated with it. That's okay. We're going to talk about what that means. That actually is called enharmonics, and we'll talk about them as we go along. But here again is that virtual keyboard already pulled up for you, so you can just play around with it as much as you want. Continuing on, we learn about things called whole steps and half steps. And I encourage you to try out these lessons if you, let's just listen to it.
Overview and objectives. Expand. Show me. Keywords. Discover video. Half and whole steps. Half steps. Keys that are right next to each other on the keyboard, with no keys in between, are adjacent keys. The difference in pitch between adjacent keys on the keyboard is called a half step or a semitone. This is the smallest distance between pitches in most Western music systems.
So again, this is just another tool. You can use it if you want. It's there. You don't have to. You have things called Show Me. If you click on that, you'll be brought to a window, and it's going to say drawing flats on the staff. What does that look like? And drawing notes on the staff. What does that look like? And you click on the Show Me icon, and it does it for you. It's pretty cool how this all works. It draws it for you, shows you the steps to take to draw a flat symbol, for example. Drawing sharps. By the way, I should say it also enables you to repeat. You can tell it to show you a second time, and it will do that for you. So here we are drawing sharps, which kind of looks like the pound sign or number sign. And you see it has Show Me again, which you can do that. So you've got a great many tools available to you on your online text. So again, I encourage you to use those. You have something called a Discover video that you can also watch. Let's just take a brief look at this.
My name is Manchas Kazawa. I've been playing the piano for over 20 years. I'm the author of 14 piano and music theory books, including several Amazon bestsellers. I'm the creator of the high-traffic piano lessons website, pianokeyboardguide.com. Come with me on an amazing journey where we learn all about the notes and keys of the piano. This is the perfect first course and introduction to piano music. The white keys, 2 and 3 black keys pattern. If you understand the layout of keys on a piano, it doesn't matter how many keys your keyboard has. It's easy to know the names of all the keys. I will explain it to you.
So I'm going to let you play around with the video. It's a great video. And again, this is just one more tool that's available to you on your online text. So again, it's up to you. If you want to use it, great. If you don't want to use it, that's entirely up to you. I also want to point out the Show Me icons. Notice what it's doing for you. It is showing you and playing them for you. It's showing you and playing them for you. And you can actually touch these with your mouse icon to do it yourself. And you may find that some notes aren't working as they should, or they're not playing. If that is the case, the best thing you can do is to clear your browser history or your cache memory. Once you do that, they should work just fine. Okay, so again, you have all of these tools available to you with respect to the various sections that we're going to be learning about. And again, I encourage you explore, have fun with it. It's a great book. It's laid out very, very well. It's easy to navigate. The issue for most people that don't know music is it can be intimidating, all of these signs and symbols. So take the time to learn about them. Do watch the videos. I will be having a lecture video on the keyboard and placing notes on the staff that I will share with you as well, so that you will have several opportunities to learn more and more about the piano keyboard. So this is just about the musical staff. Note, when you hover over a line or a space on the musical staff, it tells you what note you are hovering over, but also its octave designation. That's what the number to the right is for. So again, folks, just take your time, learn about it as much as possible. And now we have something called a practice worksheet. So you can, this is a quiz, and you can give this a try. And again, you can see here, it's saying from the choices below, select the pitch that corresponds to the highlighted key. Well, I happen to know that that is a C. And let's go over to the next one. From the choices below, select the pitch that corresponds to the highlighted key. Well, that's a D sharp. Now, if you go through all of this, when you're done, it's going to show you what you have correct, what you have incorrect. And if you have something incorrect, it will show up in red. If you, let's just try this. If you submit all and finish, just take a look here what happens. It's showing you I have these correct, right? Obviously, these would be marked incorrect because they're not done yet. So those show up in red. So just showing you, you also have more than one attempt at these worksheets. You don't have to do it perfectly every time. And I might mention to you, while I appreciate everyone, turning in correct answers, okay, submitting correct answers, that's great. But if you don't, it's okay. The important thing is that you try. The important thing is that you do. So, do your best, try your best, and we can, we'll talk more about that as we go along, but, do the best you can. Navigating forward, after we get through the piano, we have a quiz. This is an actual quiz. So this one, it's laid out the same way. Okay, it's telling you to click the speaker icon and listen carefully to the two sounds. Which of the two sounds is higher? So to my ear, the second sound is the higher one. So you would highlight that and you would click submit. And it's telling you right away, correct, you've got that one correct. So I hope this has given you a good look at what goes on with our online text. I will point out one more thing. You see here where there is the word dashboard and there's a blue highlight link here. Every time you click on that, that's going to bring you right back to the opening page on our online text. And this is another reason why I recommend you keep two browser windows open so that you can switch back and forth between your online text and D2L. And you're welcome to take a look at what comes up next, but again, a lot of these sections aren't going to be open to you yet. Their due dates are not on the board yet. So take your time, do the best you can, and if you have questions, obviously shoot me an email. So I hope that was informative for you. And so just to reiterate, each time you log on, I get a notification. So once again, when you complete assignments, when you log on to e-learning, when you access our online text, these are all ways your attendance is recorded. You are responsible for completing your work and submitting assignments on time. I cannot stress this enough, the importance of using your time wisely. You are encouraged to work at your own pace, but within the framework of the detailed course calendar. Please make use of this very useful resource. No, I do not permit early submission of materials before their start dates. Okay? Once the start date starts, yeah, you can submit it as soon after that as you wish, but not before the start date of any assignment. I do this on purpose to give everybody enough time to complete assignments. Our discussion topics are part of our course. So currently, there are only 2 discussion topics. Our first, introductions, is one that many of you have already taken part in. There will be a second topic a little later in the semester. The discussion topics are just simply a way of engaging each of you together in the course, and they do count towards your overall grade, so do take advantage of them. A little bit about the composition project. The composition project is designed to give you the opportunity to apply what we have learned in our course, so your understanding of the elements of music. There will be specific parameters for the project that will be introduced to you later in another lecture vid. So all of that will be presented to you. You won't be left alone to your own devices to figure out what's going on. You will have help. But if you have any questions or concerns about the project, please go ahead and get in touch with me. So that's pretty much our course, ladies and gentlemen. I hope this has been of help to you, and I certainly am looking forward to working with each of you, if only in the confines of the internet and through email. But I should also mention here that with communication with me in email, I do not answer email on the weekends, so let's just clarify that. If you email me on a Friday after 5 p.m., you're not going to hear back from me until the following Monday. I hope this is clear to everyone. So if you email me on a Saturday or a Sunday, you're not going to get a reply from me until the following Monday. So just understand that's how things work with me. And that is the best way to get in touch with me, by the way, is through email, and it's the quickest way. You can call my office, but I'm not in my office every single day. I do check my voicemail on a regular basis, so I will get back to you. But the quickest way to get a response from me is by going through email. Should it become necessary for us to have a face-to-face meeting, we can certainly set up a time either to meet in person at Delta at my office on campus, or we can also set up a Zoom meeting if that is necessary. So all you got to do is shoot me an email and I will work with you all I can. All right, folks, that's pretty much it for Music Elements. I appreciate your attention, and there'll be more vids as we go along. So take care. Have a great semester.
I'm a sentimental sap, that's all. What's the use of trying not to fall? I have no will, you've made your kill, 'cause you took advantage of me. I'm just like an apple on a bough, and you're gonna shake me down somehow. So what's the use? You've cooked my goose, 'cause you took advantage of me. I'm so hot and bothered that I don't know my elbow from my ear. I suffer so